How's it going, guys? I'm Rubik's Cube and welcome to Gaming Evolved, and in today's video we've got another story for you guys, and this time we're going back in time to when Shifty and I were but younglings and we were innocent and sweet and perfect. No, we were kind of little shits, but anyway, basically guys, this story is kind of some funny stuff that we did when we were younger, and this first one, we were about 8, I believe. And we had been watching a lot of YouTube videos on how to like take apart and engineer things. So we thought we were little scientists and we could be like little mechanical engineers. Like, oh dude, we're so smart. I got a Phillips head screwdriver. I'm gonna screw off this little piece of plastic on the back of this radio controlled airplane. So we did that. And we tried to get the airplane to go faster. For some reason, we thought that opening up the back of the controller and adding in like stronger batteries would do that. I don't know, we were dumb. Anyway, so we open up the back of the controller and it has 2 AA's in it, and we decided to swap those out for 9 volts because we watched a YouTube video and they said that 9 volts were strong. So we took 9 volts and took a paper clip and attached them to the controller. And that did not work because we used the wrong wires. We just like ripped open wires and just severed all the electrical parts. So we just pretty much destroyed that controller and nothing happened. So we were kind of pissed off and we were confused. So naturally we grabbed the nearest thing, and it happened to be a boombox, one of those big cheap plastic boomboxes. And we just start tearing this thing apart, just ripping it to pieces. And eventually we get down into the middle of it, kind of towards the centerpiece of the electrical. I don't know exactly what the stuff was, but anyway, we just tore a lot of stuff out. So like, okay, I think we're deep enough now. Now we can add the extra modular power supply and create a time fortress and make some time machine stuff. So we grabbed a random cord that we found that just plugged into nothing. It was basically, it had the wall attachment, it had the male part of the wall attachment, but it didn't actually go into anything. It was just like an empty cord from a lamp, which is really sketchy and not safe because it's live. So you plug that in and then the end is just like live electrical. But anyway, we're dumb. So we plug it into the wall and then we grab the live end and we stick it into one of the holes in the boombox, which actually ended up just being a screw hole. And there's a small explosion and the entire boombox like just kind of shoots away from us. It doesn't really explode. There's not shrapnel everywhere, but it's pretty loud, a big popping noise, and there's some big sparks. So we let that go and we kind of like yell and run upstairs to scurry away. And then like a couple minutes later, we kind of just peek our heads around the corner and make sure there's no fire, there's no smoke. And we ended up not getting in trouble for some reason. They did not actually hear the explosion because I guess it wasn't really an explosion, obviously, but it was like a loud bang. And we said that we were just playing with books and they fell off the bookshelf. So to this day, we still carry this secret with us. And if you tell anybody, we'll fucking kill you. Alright, so this next story takes place when Shifty and I were about 9 or 10, so we're a little bit older now. And we were camping with our parents, and we were exploring in the woods, obviously, as you do when you go camping. So we were just, lifting up logs, looking over boulders and things, just looking for lizards or salamanders or frogs, snakes, all that kind of stuff, just some critters so we could play with. And after about half an hour of looking, we didn't really find anything, and it was kind of getting annoying because we knew that there were things there because we'd been there the previous summer and found a ton of frogs, but for some reason they were just hiding that day and we could not find a single frog. So we were kind of bummed out because we didn't know what to do. I mean, if you can't have a slimy amphibian on you, what's a guy to do? So we just kind of sat there, just looked at some logs, and we're kind of bored. And then all of a sudden Shifty just lifts up a little branch and there's a salamander there, like a little tiny salamander. So we just saw that and I was pretty jealous because it was his, because you know the rules. I mean, if you catch it, that's yours. I mean, you gotta name it and you gotta be all smug. It's like, oh dude, look what I found, a salamander, oh my goodness. So I was like, oh dude, that's cool, but inside I'm seething, I'm fucking pissed. So I was like, oh dude, that's amazing, I'm so happy for you. Now I'll play with this rock while you play with your salamander. He's like, okay, cool. So we go down to the beach and we're playing with salamanders, or his salamander, and he's like, oh dude, cool. I'm like, oh dude, can I hold it? He's like, not right now. So I just sitting there watching him play with the salamander, getting pretty pissed, and then all of a sudden, just miracle, I don't know, I just turned to my right, and on the beach, there's another salamander the exact same kind as what Shifty had. So I'm hyped. I'm like, oh dude, this is beast. Now we could both like play with our salamanders. We could have like fights with them, even though they're not gonna do anything. We can like poke them and they'll walk towards each other. I don't know, just salamander stuff, But what ended up happening after about 5-10 minutes of playing with them, we built a little sandcastle house for them, and this wave came by, and we were on a lake, so there wasn't even big waves, but we built a bit too close, and I didn't really watch what I was doing, and I was kind of over getting other things, and I came back and a wave had just washed over the house and just swept away my salamander. It was just completely gone, and Shifty's was in the same exact house, but he found his, and we knew it was his because his had a little orange dot on the back of it. So I could even pretend like, oh, dude, that's my salamander. So I was definitely a little bit pissed then. I was like, dude, what are the odds of that? I mean, your salamander was in the exact same spot, but like a little compartment in the castle, and mine gets washed away out to the freaking lake. And then yours is just sitting there in his little base waiting for you to come back and pick him up. So Shifty again has a salamander and Rubix has nothing. So we decide to go and get lunch. And we leave the salamander in a bucket so we can come back and play with it. And Shifty goes and he's getting mac and cheese. I'm gonna go get mac and cheese, but I say, oh dude, I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick. So he goes and gets his mac and cheese, waiting for me to come get mine. And I go a little bit behind the outhouse and I sneak back to where the bucket is. And guys, I'm not proud of what I did. You know what? I was young, I was jealous, I was just full of just pure rage. And I took the salamander and I threw it into the lake. And then I tipped the bucket over, and then came back, ate the mac and cheese, and then we go back and see that the bucket's tipped over. I'm like, oh, dude, somebody knocked over the bucket, and your salamander got out. Oh, no. Oh, now you don't have one either. No, bud, this sucks. And he totally buys it. He's like, oh, dude, oh my god, that sucks. I mean, at least now yours is gone, mine's gone. I mean, we can go look for other stuff now. So we do. We go back into the forest and we find actually a couple frogs, and it ends up being a really good camping trip, and it was a lot of fun. And Shifty never found out about my little sabotage. Actually, I told him like 5 years later, and he hit me in the balls. The end.